Across the Tri-States, this is KHQA Sports.
And tip-top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, now in our 21st year of existence and of feeding the high school football culture. This is my favorite night of the year. Although we're doing it in portions tonight, we were cool for the summer, and now it's time for go time. Northeast Missouri, the first ones into the pool, but what we lack tonight in quantity of games, we sure made up for in quality. And this is one of those nights where yours truly looked both truly smart, pegging perhaps the biggest upset in the state tonight, and kind of dumb and missing out on a couple of teams that showed incredible upstart status tonight, including a couple of wonderful coaching debuts. But we start tonight with a rematch of what was a physically and emotionally draining contest last year in the heat in St. Louis. This year, America's hometown, far more hospitable a host for MICDS and for the Hannibal Pirates. Oh, the Pirate fans packing it in. First drive looked pretty good for the Pirates, starting off with this guy. Oh, Mr. Jerry McBride on the quarterback keeper, toeing the line. Big pickup, however, that drive would fail on a 4th and 1. And look at this, MICDS goes immediately back to work. Lawrence Taylor, the quarterback, not the linebacker up top. This gets all the way down to the 5-yard line, but Hannibal's defense would stiffen. Great night by Chris Smith. Not a lot of people will talk about it. Had a couple of huge plays, including this one, to force a field goal attempt, and the field goal attempt would be blocked by Mr. Chris Smith. Had himself a heck of a night at that point. Oh, and they would come away empty with MICDS. They were leading at this point 3-0. Great pass right here from McBride to Shamar Griffith. He goes in to the 2-yard line. McBride would score from 1 yard out, makes it a 7-3 lead. And then the big interception by Devin Thomas. Looks like he hurt himself after the fact. Just a Charlie horse. One play later from 41 yards out, more Shamar. Not Shamar Moore, Shamar Griffith as he takes it into the house. The soap opera for MICDS was that they could not stop the man. Incredible first half for him on the big scoring drive. Defense stiffened as well for the Hannibal Pirates in this one right here. This, my friends, is Tate Davian with a great stop as well. Then more Chris Smith. How about a little action right here in for the quarterback sack? I told you the defensive end had himself a real big night, and that sets up more fun right here. Jerry McBride on the quarterback keeper on 3rd and long. McBride, oh, that's why he's going Division I. Bowling Green getting a good one right there. Then more to come. This isn't going to count because of a hold on the backside. It had little to do with just how good Shamar Griffith is. Check out the cuts. Check out the moves. Should have been a touchdown to 48 yards. Called back due to the hold. So Shamar and Jerry would have to go back to work. Check out McBride and the athleticism on this play right here. Spinning away from defender and defender and defender. And then finally just a little pop pass good enough to make the completion, move the chains. And that sets up, oh, how about Shamar again on the crossbuck action in for the score. That point 20-3 at the half, and Hannibal wins it going away tonight. Great win in America's hometown for the opener for the Pirates as they end up with a good win over a good opponent, 34-9 your final. How about the Mark Twain Tigers at home tonight hosting the number 2 team in the state, Westran. Mark Twain looking for some things to happen in this one, and check this out. Right off the bat, the Hornets are going to score in this one, courtesy of Mr. Chris Evans, the sophomore. Oh, he's 6'2", 195 pounds, and he's going to stretch out and grab this ball. But here come the Mark Twain Tigers, and they would do this all night long. Incredible night for them in this ball game. This is Terry Moore, the big fella, pounding away at it, doing good stuff right here. Oh, he is physical. Oh, and wait a minute, that looks like Dalton Hill with the big rumble right there. Good stuff from him as well. The big junior getting it done. Then how about some Taylor Elledge, 1,700 yards of rushing last year, and Westran had no answers for the young man, scoring here from 20 yards out. Big play after big play being made in this ball game. How about this guy, Terry Monroe as well. Oh, what a stiff arm from Mr. Monroe. That made it 22-14. Dalton Hill scored tonight. Every lineman's dream. All kinds of goodness in this ball game for Mark Twain as they pull off the biggest upset in the state, blowing out Westran 50-28. Don't want to blow my own horn here or toot my own horn, but I did predict this on Tourism, so there's where I look smart tonight. What a win for Carl Asbury in his debut tonight. We'll take you back to the Clarence Cannon now. Hugh Dunfield, Macon versus Palmyra. Palmyra coming in as the number 3 team in the state. Macon with all kinds of graduation losses. How about James Easley breaking right here, almost for the touchdown on 4th down. That would set the table up, though, for a pay dirt rumble for Mr. Hunter Crane, who was on point in this ball game tonight. Crane right here. The extra point was good as well. Made it 8-0 at that point in favor of the Palmyra Panthers. More to come right here. Kenny Huddleston was a man on a mission tonight, spending most of the game in Macon's backfield. He's a good one at defensive end. Later in the first half, Travis Harvey going to break up the middle and extend Palmyra's lead out to 16-0 following the 2-point conversion. Second quarter now, Palmyra continued to attack. This against the Pete class defense, and that's no small affair. Mr. Harvey stopped by the Macon defense for a turnover on downs. Nolan Bright then would go to work right here. Hits the speedster Jared Savage, who breaks loose and has only Palmyra's Phillip Bland, the All-Stater, to beat. But Mr. Bland chases him down. Great tackle to save a touchdown. On the ensuing drive, Junior Smith would take it around the corner to the end zone, however, for Palmyra to make it 22-0. All Panthers in this ball game as they looked every bit their ranking tonight, getting the win. 52-8 was your final. One more from me from the Clarence Cannon Conference as well in this one. How about Clark County and Monroe City going at it? Ethan Allen's debut tonight, and it couldn't have been much better for the Clark County Indians. And it started with this sensational seven-worthy from the big guy, Brendan Boatman, as dynamic and as virtuoso a quarterback as you will find. 56 yards in for the score. That sets the tone. The defense for Clark County, though, amazing for Brian Plenge and crew. Yeah, the kids are excited as well. How about Cameron Mack? Led the area in interceptions last year. Off to a good start right here, playing some center field and doing it like a gold glover at that point. How about the defense? It was really good for Clark County. Check out the hit coming up right there. Oh my goodness, Taylor Worrell. What an attack right there, forcing the fumble, and Clark County takes the ball back over. Causing fumbles was a good thing tonight for the Clark County Indians. They were very good at it. Braden Kirchner going to do his thing as well right here with the recovery as well. Nice strip there as well by Clark County. That would set up Thaden Klein for a touchdown. This was a close game for much of it, but in the end, it turned out to be Clark County down the stretch. What a great win to start things off for Mr. Ethan Allen and Mr. Brian Plenge as they get it done tonight. 29-16 is your final. Boy, there's a lot of excitement brewing right now, and we're not even started. Here's my man, Mr. Will Wilson.
Well, and so the journey begins for South Shelby. Rob Wilt's crew will look to replace nearly all of their offensive production from a season ago. Trace Winter, Brett Threckle, Austin Durbin, to name a few. It won't be easy, but a new line of stars in waiting are embracing that challenge. It started tonight at home against Brookfield, and they were ready to go in this one. Cardinals looking to avenge their loss last year against the Bulldogs. Brookfield wins the toss, and they did not wait long to strike. First play from scrimmage, Bryce Howerton working the seam route to Tucker Noble, 81 yards untouched as Brookfield would take a 7-0 lead, and they were not finished at that point. To the ground this time, Reed McBroom. He's going to take the handoff from Howerton, gets outside, and the big fella, he's got reservations for 6. Bulldogs jump out to an early 14-0 lead. Rob Wilt's crew, they never quit, though. How about this? This is sensational seven-worthy. Chris, watch this. Chase Morrow comes up with the interception right there in the end zone. Beautiful stuff. He was all over the field tonight. And speaking of all over the field, how about this pass from him right here? Going to the air, Ranson Chapman right there, coming up with the grab. They would get on the scoreboard, 14-7 at that point. Unfortunately, second half, it was all Brookfield. Interception right there from Morrow and Brookfield. They're going to get it done tonight over South Shelby. 40-7, the final count in that one. Year 2 of Mason Swisher era at Highland. Cougars getting Centralia at home in this one. Zach Townsend getting things rolling via the ground game for the Panthers. He's into the crib for a touchdown right there, putting Centralia up early. Another guy in year 2 for Highland, quarterback Andrew Schultz. Knows this offense now, and it's showing, I should say. Nice scramble for him as he gets out of bounds. Nice throwing from him as well. How about on the run right there? Keaton Johnson splitting the defenders. He's in as well. Gets on in there. Highland making a strong effort in this ball game. Centralia answering right back, though. How about Taylor Burton right here? This kid's a freshman. He has got some wheels into the house right there. Highland and Schultz going to answer back after that, but unfortunately it would be all Centralia later in this ball game. 48-19 the final count in that ball game. Down to Bowling Green, where the Bobcats are up 20-0 on Louisiana. Bulldogs answering, though. It's Zach Richardson looking for Gabe Henderson on the corner fade right there. Beautiful stuff. 20-6 at that point, and then time to introduce you to Jacob Feldman. How about him in the gun right there? Beautiful fake, scoots down the line, runs over the DB, and he is into the house right there. Beautiful stuff. You got to like that from your quarterback. 30-14 now. Moore Feldman, another keeper, the senior signal caller. He's going to take this one in. Louisiana going to come back in this ball game, but BG, they're going to run away with it. 48-34, the final in that ball game. One more from me, and how about we head over to North Shelby as they were taking on Van Fire in this one. Nick Barnes and company, they would get on the scoring drive early right here. How about the nice grab from him? Fakes our cameraman out right there. This kid, he has got some speed. Look at those socks there, Chris. He's got the white spat, the black spat on both different legs. He's into the house right there. 8-0 early for Van Fire. North Shelby, though, playing some nice defense right here. How about this? They're going to come up with the turnover. Defense swarming all over the field. You can see all those red shirts, I should say. I was going to say maroon. Maybe I'm colorblind. I'm not sure. But how about this? Raider Southboard, Dylan Mettis, I should say. He's going to go on in over to Mr. Drew Miles. He takes that one deep into Van Fire territory. From there, North opened up a ton of bag of tricks in this one. Unfortunately, that one is going to be intercepted. And Van Fire, they're going to take this one over North Shelby tonight, 36-0. Here's Chris with a couple scores.
We got some scores for you tonight. We've had all of it tonight. Unfortunately, not the night Knox County wanted in their debut as they run into a Marceline buzzsaw tonight. It was 41-0 at the half. Marceline is really, really good. That game ends up being 48-6 in finale. Scotland County, maybe the other big story of the night. Michael Gregg's team comes in and upsets Salisbury and does it in amazing fashion. We talked about Aaron Buford moving to quarterback this season. Boy, did he make the most of that. That young man had 3 touchdown passes tonight. Jade Holt on the receiving end of 2 of them. What a monster night as Michael Gregg and company get it done in Mr. Gregg's coaching debut. 39-13 your final. That is a quality win for the Tigers. Congratulations to them. What a great way to start off a new coaching regime. Also good news tonight for Paris, which was a winner over Schuyler County. 47-0 was your final as the Coyotes bounced back from what was kind of an uneven performance last week in their jamboree. Good stuff from there in that ball game as well. Couple of scores of a non-football variety at the Troy softball tournament. Palmyra loses its opener tonight to Fort Zumwalt North. Final count in that one was 9-8. Also, the Quincy High girls in golf today fire a 215. Their medalist is Crystal Bergdorf as they end up hosting a 4-team event today over at Westfield. Let's talk a little bit more fun and let's Barnes